Hey, yo, we're back up and at 'em, everybody. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neil Rule, Sam Flannel in for D-Mac, KG. We got intern Justin in the house. Power Neck is here lurking. Mazaway, cutting the cord, I believe.
Yeah, they hated on us, man.
In the chat, everybody instantly, all eyes were on Tom Mazaway and Ermanni and Edwards.
They crashed us. They crashed us.
Did you notice that?
Ain't that something?
Yeah.
So we're back at it right now. At least that's what I'm told. So is there a new live link established, or how's that working?
It's the same.
It's the same link.
Or no, it's a new show. We just restarted the show and the entire show. So this is a clean open.
All right.
Okay, there it is. Got it. All right, so we're back up and at 'em. So there we go, everybody. Welcome back, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. I will not confirm nor deny that Ermanni and Edwards is responsible for the show sabotage. Man. Although, if somebody were to think that, you couldn't necessarily disagree with them, Flannel.
It would be
All right, good to know.
probable cause or a motive, as they would say, in those crime shows. They certainly had it, but you know what? Hopefully this doesn't turn into a straight-up battle between the two shows. But you know what? If they're going to cut our... allegedly mess with it, we'll see.
Now, what about this theory? Alan W., plot twist. This is KG's doing. He's actually a double agent for Ermanni and Edwards. Now, that would make sense, and that would be like a new... I don't want to say a new low for E&E, but it'd be very on brand for them.
Really? You think it's me?
I didn't say that. Alan W. said that in the chat, KG. Don't be like other people.
Alan W. is a liar. And no offense to Alan W. I appreciate your patronage, but I love all the shows equally.
About to say, like...
The next thing that KG's going to say is, but I have a very good friend on Big D Energy.
No, KG wouldn't do that.
Thank you, Sam, for vouching for me. I appreciate it.
The only one I truly believe around here is Power Neck. That's it. James, the intern, who has a football camp coming. We're going to get into that.
We're going to get into that.
We are.
That's right. Is it any truth to the rumor? It's the Power Neck football camp.
It might be.
It should be if it's not. No, but we'll get into that. That guy 62. LOL. Not, quote, on brand. People like when I say on brand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was.
It's very on brand for you to say on brand.
Absolutely. Detroit Dabber 313. Ermanni works for Rupert Murdoch. Never forgets.
I mean, it's true. It is true.
Yeah.
Hey, all we're doing here is just pointing out convenient truths.
Yeah. Still, they ain't got no lemon water today. You know, still that's still the same.
Went and got my own. Got my own water bottle here. You know so it stays cold.
Got my own.
Yeah.
No lemons.
No ice. Not even any ice for
No ice. Yep. That's all right, though.
Blue collar.
I am a blue collar.
This is a blue collar show. No doubt about it.
Get out the
That's why the people love us so much.
That is true. All right. We are going to do some sports stuff, by the way. So, hey, production on the fly. Are we just skipping the first break, or like what do we do? Do I need to get us on time here? What do we got to do?
That's a good question. I think we could just skip the first break and just catch up. Yeah.
I can just play the commercial in a different commercial break.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
So we'll go starting with the 11:28 break. We ride.
That sounds good. Are we jumping into a nickel package right now?
No, we're not.
All right, just asking so I can be prepared.
Okay, gotcha. No, but I did want to get into this Lions thing.
Okay.
And I'm going to save the Hendon Hooker stuff for next week.
Let's do it.
Because before we got cut off by somebody, I don't know who did it, but before we got cut off, I'm not saying that. Other people have said that. I have not said that. Let's be consistent.
I was just reading chat.
Yeah, absolutely. But no, I wanted to get into this, though. And I'm not saying like reason for concern or anything like that. I believe that there's tremendous value in this. But we were perusing the betting lines on Caesars Sportsbook.
Yeah.
Okay? And we were taking a look at the NFC North, the odds to win the NFC North. Now, the Lions are the favorite.
Yes.
Right, KG?
Yes, sir.
The Lions are the favorite. Yep. No surprise there. They should be.
They should be.
30 minutes away from the Super Bowl last year, defending division champions, all of it. And KG, what was the number on that? The Lions were what? Plus?
I had the Tiger stuff. Give me one second to find the
anyway,
Lions.
he'll bring that up in a second. No surprise, right, Sam Flannel?
No surprise.
As they should be.
As they should.
And the Green Bay Packers were second.
As they should be.
As they should be. No surprise there. Had the 49ers on the ropes.
They sure did.
In the fourth quarter.
They sure did.
Of the playoffs in San Francisco.
Nothing to sneeze at.
Was this division odds?
Correct.
All right, so the Lions are plus 145.
Plus 145.
Yep.
No, a little, I mean, if anything, it's a little bit high.
Yeah.
I would say, wow.
Yeah.
And right away, with them being so, quote, high, I mean, you're getting 1.5 to 1 on your money.
Yeah.
I believe they were 140 last year as well. Or
Is that what they
130.
were?
Because I bet that, and it was very similar.
Okay.
No.
So that would get me to thinking, man, if they're plus 1, almost 150, and the Packers are far and away the second choice,
plus
they got to be
Plus 185.
they got to be under 2 to 1. So plus 185.
For the Packers, yes.
That's pretty close, Flannel.
Too close, if you ask me. But
It is close, but I think with the Packers, a lot of things can be true. For one, they achieved the most important thing that they could have possibly achieved last year, and that's not winning a playoff game. It's realizing that Jordan Love is actually good. And there were some concerns at the beginning of the year, but I think at minimum he's a franchise quarterback, and hell, he might even be better than that. So that's all well and good what they've done. And of course, the Packers, they've got some young talent, like at the wide receiver position, at the tight end position, some nice defensive pieces, like, Rashawn Gary, Jair Alexander. I think they drafted pretty well. They acquired Xavier McKinney. They've kind of rebuilt their offensive line. All that is well and good. However, when it comes to the Packers versus the Lions, I think what concerns me if I'm a Packers fan, which I'm obviously not, I'm a Lions fan, is that in order to win these divisions, in order to win big, they're going to need some of their players that look promising to take a leap. Because last season, if you look at last season's Lions versus if you look at last season's Packers, the Lions, believe it or not, had 5 All-Pros, if you count Jalen Reeves-Maybin, which I am. The Packers
Was he an All-Pro?
He was.
Then you count him.
Okay, fine. Well, in kind of a similar vein, the Packers had 1, and it was Keyshawn Nixon. From my standpoint, if you look at the Packers versus the Lions, obviously the Packers have some really nice young pass catchers, like Jaden Reed and Christian Watson and Romeo Doubs. They don't have a Laporta or an Amon-Ra St. Brown. The Packers, they have some nice offensive line pieces, young ones like Zach Tom, Elton Jenkins has been a Pro Bowler. They don't have a Frank Ragnow or a Penei Sewell. Even the Jordan Love versus Jared Goff debate. Jordan Love is nice, and I think there's a pathway within this year or next year to maybe surpass Jared Goff in the Pantheon. He's not it right now. It's still not really an unknown, but you need to see a little bit more.
If he plays this year.
That's a great point. I think it's likely he does, but long holdouts when you're a quarterback, it's kind of important to get in and have that chemistry with your players. Even defensively, the Packers, they've got Rashawn Gary. He's nice. He's not Aiden Hutchinson. It's just with the Packers, they need some of these guys to step up and be dudes, I think, if they like actual star players if they want to win the division. I think Xavier McKinney, that's a nice pickup. I don't know if he was all-pro last year, but he certainly had an all-pro caliber season. It could happen, but you just don't know that. With the Lions, you know that they're bringing back all-pros. You know that they're bringing back a dominant offense. So to me, the odds should be a little bit more apart, but I guess people are counting on some of those young players taking a leap, which they very well might. We shall see when the season plays out.
They're counting on the Lions' downfall. Let's just be real here.
They're praying on it. T. Grizzly style.
Every list I see is some form of Packers, taking the top spot and the Lions dropping.
And look, I know that and I understand that.
Yeah.
And look, America likes the Packers for whatever reason. I don't get it myself.
Boo.
And Aaron says, let's be clear, Jordan Love is good. He's better than Daniel Jones and Tannehill, but so what? And that's it too. For me, and it's early for him, I get it, but it's not really that early because his rookie contract's up after this year. So it's not that early per se. But for me, I got to back this up, too, since we're talking about rookie contracts, because I teased it in the pre-show before the real show, before Maz pulled the plug, allegedly. Right. I talked about how we're going to get into Hendon Hooker next week, and KG kind of backed up some of the people we talked to that are in the circles. Say it's not going very well.
Mm-hmm.
Now, all that being aside, I had somebody pipe in right away with, well, he's a rookie. No. That's not what I was told with Jamison Williams. That's not what I was told. If you're here, it's part of the time, right? Mm-hmm. I'm cutting that shit off right away.
Do it.
Hey.
Because keep it real and keep it consistent. But anyway, getting back to the task at hand, the Jordan Love thing. When they were coming down the stretch, and this isn't indicative of his career or anything like that, when they were in the moment, when they were in the mix, when they were a threat to win at San Francisco, Jordan Love made the big mistake.
He threw a terrible interception, like rolling right across his body. That's the ultimate sin you can commit as a quarterback.
Cash to get right if you go back to that time, because that's what happens to young quarterbacks when they're on the road in the playoffs, especially after they come off a mercurial performance against the Cowboys.
Yeah.
It's going to come crashing down.
That was a Dallas choke job. We all know that.
100%.
Yeah, but Jordan Love played well.
He did.
I mean, until
all the chips were in the middle of the table. And you guys know I value that more than you do. I know that your generation, Flannel, doesn't understand nuance and does everything clear cut and stuff like that. And, but we're still friends.
Yeah. No, but that was kind of part of the point that I made earlier when it comes to the quarterback difference. Could Jordan Love have another season where he validates everything, where he plays even better? I could see that as a possibility. We all could. We all saw the talent. We all saw what he did when he led the Packers into Ford Field last year. However, Jared Goff has done it over multiple seasons. So right now, you still have to say that the Lions have the quarterback advantage. And they have advantages when it comes to high-end talent all across the board. I gave you Amon-Ra. I gave you Panay. I gave you Aiden Hutchinson. I gave you Frank. I gave you Sam Laporta. The Packers don't have guys who right now are that yet. Could they be? Could I see Jaden Reed developing? Sure, 100%. Could I see, could you make an argument for maybe like Quay Walker or Xavier McKinney comes in and has the exact same season that he had last year? Or hell, Christian Watson, Zach Tom. We could have that discussion, but they're not quite there just yet. And at certain positions, I think they're relatively weak, especially when you compare Green Bay's backup running back, A.J. Dillon, to the Lions 1A, whether you want to call it David Montgomery or Jahmyr Gibbs. It ain't even a question. Yeah. Not even in the same stratosphere.
No.
Yeah.
No, you don't even need to address it.
You don't.
It's like that. Woodward Sports chat thread. Subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Jump in to their Art Vandalay. Flannel looks like the new alternative brownie paper towel guy.
I don't hate it. I actually don't. You know what? Honestly, if there was, I'm not going for a look, but if I was, that's not a bad
brownie paper towel guy look.
Alternative, like if he played in a band or something. That would probably be the look.
I've never heard anybody purposely want that look. But
well, I don't purposely want that look. But you know what? Hey, what do I always say? There's one woman whose opinion matters, and she seems to be very fond of me. I'll just say that.
And that's your wife.
I believe it was your words, quote, "I get laid," unquote. Those were your words, right?
I was responding to some, well, man, that was,
were those your words?
Those were my words.
Okay, cool. Good talk. Jan says, I had my donuts today, a nutty one. Nutty donuts slap.
They do.
Yeah. They do. Let's cut the shit on that.
Yeah. The Crunch Donut is really good.
It's
National Donut Day, too.
It is I was just about to bring that up. It is National Donut Day. Krispy Kreme, Dunkin' Donuts, all those places giving out free donuts.
Ooh. There you go.
Get your free donuts.
Not like that Krispy Kreme.
Nick Hedigan, glad to see Neil was invited back. I was worried for him. I'm surprised, too. I'm surprised I wasn't dragged out of the studio after the feed was cut by somebody.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. Even though we're the blue-collar show, when you're as talented and valuable as Neil Rule is, you can get away with some things. Like based off of just talent alone and not any sort of privileges. I will just say that.
No, the rules are the same for everybody. Differently.
Different.
Yeah, absolutely. Cats, Jordan Love is getting better. Goff is what he is. See, I told you guys.
All right,
with the Javi thing yesterday, that's Exhibit 1A. For the Instagram crowd that was coming at me saying, no, but everybody loves Jared Goff. Nobody loves Jared Goff more than this town does. Okay.
Yeah, majority, but
not everybody.
Not everybody.
And literally no one boos Javi Baez.
I boo Javi Baez.
Hey, I do. Here, real quick, before we cut to the break and we get the nickel packages rolling, we're going NFL out of the chute.
Yes, sir.
Before we get to that, I have to give credit where credit is due. I know not everybody reciprocates this, but I do. Little Javi stat that I heard when I was perusing around the local sports media, local sports networks yesterday. Mike Valeni.
Yeah.
I was listening to him in the little gap between Ermanni and Edwards and before the heavyweights come on. He gave a great stat yesterday about Javi Baez on his show. He said his OPS is
462.
462, which turns out is 1 point better than the worst OPS for a season in baseball history.
That was Hal Lanier. You guys have heard of him, right? No, you haven't.
1968.
1968. And I'm so glad that was brought up, and I wish that I would have had that yesterday. It's to just hammer home how bad a 462 OPS is. Spencer Torkelson got sent down, and rightfully so, by the way, for a 597 OPS.
Yeah.
597. Avisail Garcia just got DFA'd by the Miami Marlins, and his OPS this season is 635. The previous years, it was in the fives, but it's about 100 points higher than what Javi Baez's is right now. It's beyond historic. He might end up having the worst season of any position player in MLB history. And I just want you guys to realize that.
Yeah.
462 doesn't sound bad when you look at it in like the annals of baseball statistics.
You're being much nicer about it than I am. Okay, that's the way Flannel said it. For the Instagram crowd yesterday, listen to that.
Yes.
The worst in history. And oh, by the way, Rack just chimed in. I booed Javi last season at a game and got told to, quote, knock it off. What more do you need, Instagram crowd?
Yeah.
There it is. He's the worst player ever.
Yeah.
It's not Neil being hateful. It's not Neil being a hater. It's not Neil rooting for the Tigers to lose. They're 500 right now with the worst player ever.
Yeah.
Okay, I just had to get that out of my system there, guys, before we could roll on with nickel package.
They didn't pay $98 million for his great tagging ability.
No.
I'll say that.
Brandon, before we get to the break, Brandon's cat. Sam, do me a favor. Say Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
Bounty, the quicker picker-upper. Thank you for the super chat, by the way.
Sign him up. Sign him up right now.
Wait, redo it again with the camera on you.
Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
We got to work on that. You got to work on your delivery. You're not a corporate. That's not a corporate pitch, man.
I know.
Wake Up Woodward, right, Justin?
Yes, sir.
All right, Wake Up Woodward, everybody. 8 to 10 a.m. until Maz cuts the plug on them. But Kool-Aid, Flannel Sam, Broder, KG, JB Smooth, they got a whole legendary setup there on Wake Up Woodward. You can tap in 8 to 10 a.m. Monday through Friday right here on Detroit's #1 sports network. Detroit's #1 sports network. Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Feel alive during Feldman Chevrolet's biggest New Year's sales event ever. Get the best prices on our huge selection of award-winning Chevrolets. Like this 2024 Equinox for $188 per month. Or this 2024 Silverado for $268 per month. It's the New Year's sales event going on now at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
To any Lady Jane's haircuts for men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week, walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's haircuts for men, it's wicked awesome. Come to any Lady Jane's haircuts for men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week, walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's haircuts for men, it's wicked awesome.
Go to www.premierpet.com to give your pet the best. When you want to dress your pet up like Neil hates, go there in over 20 locations in Beverly Hills, Canton, Detroit, Livonia, Northville, Rochester Hills, Shelby Township, Troy, West Bloomfield, and Westland.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and claim your
You all right there, Jeff? All right. There we go.
All right.
Hey.
We back.
Hey, are you guys okay today?
No,
Okay.
I'm not.
Just admit it. That's all.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Let me just talk to the mic for a
I
second.
can step in.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
All right.
First of all, the crash threw me into a loop, and then
No.
and then
No.
Oh, the plug being pulled.
No. Okay, we know what happened. We were here.
What do you mean?
We were here. No, we know what happened.
What
We got to
happened?
bounce back.
I'm gonna bounce back.
All right.
But I was trying to change the camera to flannel.
No, I get it.
Pat,
I get it.
And I might
You
as
got a
well
lot
should just
going
done
on.
that read.
I
I should
know.
just done that read. It would have been easier. For
Okay.
me.
Hey, Justin, James, you guys are doing great.
Yes.
Just calm your nerves and just let's have a great rest of the show. We're grateful that you guys are here. But
Yes.
just
Hey,
everything's
we're not,
all right.
We're not going to come with any negativity.
Yep, everything's
Right.
all right.
No meltdowns.
Your OPS is not 463 right now.
Yeah.
Now, it's not much above 500, but it's not 463.
Hey, I'll get it back up to major league average by the end of the show.
That's all I'm asking for.
Right.
That's all I'm asking for. But yeah.
We back.
Sergeant Curtis Schultz, no more bias. He sucks. I get it, but it's exhausting. Yeah, Curtis, is it as exhausting as watching it every day? 2 for his last 21. Is it exhausting when you haven't been to the playoffs in a decade and you got a legit shot to get there and they keep trotting this guy out every day? Is it exhausting like that, or is it a different kind of exhausting? I'll never stop. Every day we're going to get into this. All right, nickel package. It's Friday. I want to feel good.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Let's do it.
All right, let's do it.
NFL nickel package. Justin.
Yes, sir. I'm pulling it up right now, and I'm ready to go.
You ready to
Sir,
go? All
I'm
right.
ready to go. All right. NFL nickel package question 1, or is it down 1? My bad. Jamar Chase was asked in January if he was going to wait until Justin Jefferson signed to sign his deal with the Bengals. His response was, hell yes. Should the Bengals have acted sooner, seeing as how Chase seemed to have all the leverage?
Yes, because now and like, look, it's not like this is shocking.
Yeah.
Like you knew what was going on. Now if Chase was like, I'm dying on the hill, I'm not signing till Justin Jefferson signs, then what are you going to do, right?
Yeah.
But here's the deal. Do you think Jamar Chase is within his rights to ask for what Justin Jefferson got?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. 100%.
Is there anybody out there that thinks that that's crazy
Absolutely
for him to
not.
ask for Justin Jefferson money?
No.
It's not
Because
crazy.
I would say he's done everything Justin Jefferson has done, and his team has went to the Super Bowl, and he saved the franchise when he showed up, and he signified the turn of the Cincinnati Bengals franchise.
Well, the reality is Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase flipped the franchise, and they've had
Period.
that relationship since LSU. So yes, you 100% should have gotten this deal done earlier, and now you're going to have to pay Chase a minimum $35 a year, which is fine, by the way. He's worth it, but you probably could have got him for just a little bit cheaper if you had acted a little bit sooner. Jamar Chase is a no-brainer. He leaves, the Bengals are done. It's not like T. Higgins or Tyler Boyd. If he leaves, they're done.
it's over.
It's over. Yeah.
So, and Chase has all the. How are they not doing this before Justin Jefferson?
I don't know.
they're cheap. The
Yeah,
Bengals are cheap.
They seem dysfunctional,
Yeah.
yes. You look at the Trey Hendrickson situation, Tyler Boyd. It's not good over
Their
there.
owners out there knocking over them garbage cans too.
Yeah, it seems that way.
That's tough, man. God, that is tough. Like, I don't get it. It's not like this was a secret and no one knew that this was going to happen.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
here they are. And you're right. James Quinn, Chase is worth 35 for sure. He's worth every dollar that Justin Jefferson is to me.
Absolutely.
But again, I'm a Justin Jefferson hater. But, whatever. What do I know? Second down.
Second down. The Athletic said Rodgers is slinging it at practice. We gonna do this again, huh?
Flannel, I'll let you take the lead. You lost a coffee.
Yeah, this
to
your
me.
guy. This your guy.
This is your guy. Are we gonna fall for this again, Flannel?
What choice do they have?
No. I'm saying you. I wrote this for you.
The Achilles injury within 4 plays, that was tough. And yes, he is 40, and history does show that that's not kind to quarterbacks not named Tom Brady. All I'm saying is that if he can stay healthy, if he can even give you 2022 Aaron Rodgers form, this Jets team is going to make the playoffs. I 100% guarantee that. Can you guarantee his health? Absolutely not. But what are you supposed to say if you're a media outlet? You got to give the team some hope. They got the defense. They upgraded the O-line. They upgraded the receiving core. They drafted Braylon Allen. Like, this should be a time for optimism with the New York Jets, and that's what they're providing.
Only this wasn't the team. This was the Athletic. So, just saying.
Speaking of optimism, Justin just put it up in the poll. Will Justin and James bounce back the rest of the show? I will choose positivity and click yes.
Yes, they will.
All right.
37% of the people say no, they won't.
Damn.
So, they're okay.
Shit.
That's the.
I love a good challenge.
Yeah, hey, fellas, that's the nature of this beast. You are out there in front of people. There is no safety net.
Yeah.
So keep it going. But yeah,
I just need you to trust me. That's all.
No, but for me, you guys know where I stand on it. He's 40.
Yeah.
He doesn't sell his body to the game the way that Brady did, the way that LeBron does. He doesn't do it.
But Neil, the darkness retreat.
No,
Football's a part-time job for him.
but
It's a part-time job. He's a teacher.
No, the only thing I'll push back to that is playing until you're 40 is it's impressive. No matter who you
Sure.
are. Tom Brady kind of skewed the clocks a little bit. Father Time usually gets everybody by 40. And the fact that Aaron Rodgers...
But if you go across the board and look at elite athletes in their 40s, they have sold their lifestyle to it.
Tom Brady 40 and Aaron Rodgers 40 look totally different.
I agree. It's just, don't discount Aaron Rodgers as somebody who doesn't give a damn about the game. He's still playing. If that were the case, he would have retired years ago. That's all I'm saying.
To wrap it up, Corey Berry, didn't Pro Football Focus rate the Jets roster higher than the Lions? That's my point exactly. Third down.
Does Jim Harbaugh's arrival buy Justin Herbert some time?
I think it does.
Maybe a year.
But it buys him time.
Yeah.
It absolutely buys him time. And Harbaugh, look, you guys have heard me say this. Jim Harbaugh is an elite football coach. Jim Harbaugh is one of the best football coaches in America.
Yes.
Period. Jim Harbaugh is one of the weirdest dudes in America. Period. But his arrival there buys Herbert time. If it goes south this year, and I know Harbaugh will do this. I know he will do this. Because you saw him do it at Michigan. You saw him do it at San Francisco before. He'll step in front of the swords for Herbert. I know he will do that. He will. And that's his job. And he 100% will do that job. So if it goes, and I don't want to say go off the rails, they are going to fundamentally change everything they do. Mm-hmm. The draft told you that. Yeah. When they walked in and they took, Joe Alt, the first pick, You knew what they were going to do, and you knew how they're going to do it, and that's what they're going to operate as, and it's going to be a change, Flannel, it is. And they lost a lot of weaponry, all that stuff that you're going to hear if it doesn't work.
Well, yeah, you mentioned it with the draft. You got yourself the Penei Sewell of this draft, along with the guy that was second to Penei Sewell in his respective draft class. Like Rashawn Slater and Joe Alt. But yeah, with me, it's not even just that it's Jim Harbaugh. It's Jim Harbaugh as opposed to 3 years of Brandon Staley and 1 year of Anthony Lynn. That is a massive, massive, massive upgrade. And I know you guys like to diss Justin Herbert and trash him, but here's the reality of the situation. To me, no matter what happens this year, he has always been the least of the Chargers' problems. I'm taking the guy who's put up historic numbers over an organization in which players get injured every single year. Like in 2022, let me give you an example.
You're right, he does put up historic numbers.
He does.
Like blowing a 29-point lead in a playoff game.
Hey, also having
that's historic.
114 touchdown passes in 4 seasons.
Yeah.
That's tied for second all time.
You know how one of those seasons ended? By losing the biggest lead in the history of the NFL playoffs.
Or let me frame it another way. They made the playoffs despite Rashawn Slater missing 14 games, Joey Bosa missing 12, Keenan Allen missing 7, and Mike Williams missing 4. And Mike Williams and Rashawn Slater missed the playoff game. Nobody's overcoming that. You act like quarterbacks overcome that all the time. Nobody's overcoming that. Imagine if the Lions took on those kind of injuries. I'm not wishing that. I'm not like knock on wood times a million, but that's a lot to overcome. That's Justin Herbert seemingly every year. Last year, Austin Eckler missed 3, Keenan Allen missed 4, Mike Williams missed 14, Joey Bosa missed 8.
All right, we get it, Flannel. We get it.
Justin Herbert himself missed 4. That's more what needs to change. They need better injury luck and better coaching, which they're going to get better coaching. You never know with injuries.
Woodward Sports chat thread, Silky Johnson. Hate. Can't cheat in the NFL and get away with it. John Harbaugh's a better coach than Jim. I sure.
It's arguable.
It's certainly arguable.
He won the Super Bowl over him.
Yeah,
he did.
He is. He's incredible. Cat spot. Harbaugh's not a good NFL coach. The 49ers had the best roster in the NFL. Well, Michigan had an elite roster, so therefore he's not a good college coach either. But it's weird that everybody seems to win when Harbaugh shows up.
Yeah.
Stanford, San Diego.
Everywhere he's been.
Everywhere he goes. So one of the best football coaches alive.
Yep. Absolutely.
On both levels.
Crazy Clown. Coach Harbaugh is not weird.
He's weird.
It's okay that he is.
Yeah.
What do we got? Where we at? Fourth down?
Yes, sir.
All
Fourth
right.
down. Was $19 million a year too much for Christian McCaffrey?
On surface, I would say yes. On surface. However, they got a 2-year window.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's all they got. And so why not?
It's not too much. Last season, the man put up almost 2,500 all-purpose yards when you combine the regular season and the playoffs with 26 touchdowns. He's the best back in the league by far. If you can pay Alvin Kamara 15, you can pay Christian McCaffrey 19 a year for 2 years. It's not too much.
I would agree only if his body holds up.
And that's fair.
But I mean,
fair.
that's
Yeah.
everybody in this league.
That's true, but we all know the wear and tear he's had on that body.
And I'll give you a caveat. I would agree, depending on the attrition they take on at the wide receiver spot because of it.
That's also fair.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
CMC does have an injury history, as does every running back.
But you know
Yeah.
what? You're not. He was healthy last year,
Yep.
and you're all in.
Yeah.
And this is it. Like, the clock is ticking for them.
And the gap between him and the second best at his position is arguably the biggest in the NFL right now.
Yeah, big facts.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Big
No,
facts.
that's absolutely fair. And I had forgotten about the Kamara thing and him getting.
Yeah.
Boy, Kamara.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a bag stealer. Him and Javi, man, must have the same agent.
Yeah. At least Kamara performed
I wouldn't put
sometimes.
those two in the same sense, but I know what you're saying.
Yeah. I take Kamara over Javi any day.
Fifth down.
Fifth down. Jaden Daniels hit a top speed of 21.8 last year. That was faster than Tyreek Hill's top speed. I'm just saying.
I don't think people realize how dynamic this dude is. I don't think they realize. Man, topped out at almost 22 miles per hour on the field last year. Like Flannel, that plays. You can say what you want. In the NFL, elite mercurial speed plays, and I don't care what position it's at. Mike Vick had it. I'm just saying, Flannel.
That's actually shocking. I'm not going to lie, because when you see Jaden Daniels out there on a football field and you see Tyreek Hill, they don't look like they're running the same speed. But if the numbers compute, the numbers compute. I'm just saying that if you're Jaden Daniels, I'm a little bit more concerned about throwing than running straight line speed. That's all I'm saying. But hey, that's a very impressive number, and you can't, and when you hear yourself and Tyreek Hill in the same sense when it comes to speed, you can't ignore that. You just can't.
Kyle, Michigan's fans, we're late for the break. Michigan fans' obsession with people having to say nice things about them is the strangest behavior in sports. I'll never understand why you all care about other people's opinion so damn much.
What?
Anything to add to that?
What was that all about?
Yeah, I don't get where that's coming from, but
Yeah, I mean, you don't think that is kind of true though?
well,
Like when I say you guys won the national championship last year.
see, I just have a problem with you.
You
That's
illegally
all.
recruited your quarterback. Your coach got suspended for it.
I don't care about anybody else. I just care about you. I have a problem when you say that.
But I always said for years that they needed to start doing that.
That's fine, but you're a known Michigan hater.
No, I'm not. See, that's not true.
Okay, Sam.
Just calling it like it is, low
Yeah.
key.
Sam, would
No.
you describe Neil as a Michigan hater?
A little bit. Yeah.
But I was right, though, right? Everything I said ended up being true, right? You know me for a long time.
No, it's fine. And they won. And that's all we should really care about, honestly. I
And
mean,
they
you
won.
agree.
And how did they win? How'd they get their quarterback?
They won by many different reasons. One of them was having all those draft picks and the ones that they're going to have going into the next draft.
And the highest draft pick of them all, how'd they get him?
They got him under some shady circumstances. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
They gave him the trophy. I watched him.
Yep.
I watched him give him the trophy.
Absolutely.
See, I give you credit.
Yep.
I give you credit.
Yep.
Tell them about Lady Jane's flannel.
Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, where I get these A+ haircuts every single day. You can walk in anytime. You can go to one of the talented stylists and get your haircut. You can walk in, make an appointment anytime. There are locations all throughout Metro Detroit, and they are popping up all over the world. And some locations you never thought you would see a Lady Jane's. But go in, it's open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around, who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola, really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supplies has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody!
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Let Guardian Alarm offer you customized solutions from real experts. Our professional technicians take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. 24/7 professional monitoring. Call us anytime, day or night, and know that a Guardian team member will stay on the phone as long as needed. Technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves technology that's been proven to work and people have been proven to care. Call 1-800-STAY-OUT. That's 1-800-STAY-OUT. Guardian Alarm, your local security experts.
All right, keeping it pushing. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Nickel Package Friday. Neil Rule, Sam Flannel in for D-Mac. Power Neck in the house.
Yes, sir.
It's got the Power Neck football camp coming up this summer. Right, James?
Yes, we do.
Can we call it the Power Neck football camp?
We can't call it the Power Neck football camp. You know, it's called the Doer football camp. You know, because doers get things done. Little Home Depot play out there.
Doers turn regular necks into power necks. Where's it at?
It is at Baldock Park. So it's
where's that at?
5271 Canyon Street. It's on the east side of Detroit, east side, best side.
All right.
You know.
I don't know about all that, but
oh wow, that's crazy.
I would tend to disagree.
Well, you got to come check it out. It's on the east side. We get the field painted, so it's a local park. But what we'll do there is basically we talk about building football skills, obviously, but we focus on the teaching aspect more than anything else. So you're going to go over cover 2, cover 4 concepts. You're a defensive guy. So a lot of it's going to be a lot more football IQ stuff than straight, 40, 5, 10, 5, those sorts of things.
Drills, yeah.
We're not getting into pad level and stuff. We're getting into the meat of the stuff. What do you got to do when you're out there?
Exactly.
Where can people get more info on it?
So you can go to our social media page, Doer Football Camp. It's on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all the same thing. You can register online. Cost of the camp is $30 over 3 days. So we provide lunch as well, and then we talk about...
Oh, damn.
That's a great value.
Yeah. So
Doer Football Camp, everybody. Power Neck will be there.
Power Neck will be there. So we'll also have Braylon from E&E there. So if
hey,
you want to see
shout
Braylon
out.
Edwards, shout out Braylon. And then we'll also have some local media coverage as well. And then a little 7-on-7 tournament Sunday. And then in addition, we'll talk about the recruitment process too, Neil. So we'll talk about
how do you get your bag? Oh, no, that's not...
I mean, it is a little bit. I mean, it is. I mean, we'll talk about the new age of college athletics and, kind of building off our conversation yesterday, trying to make sure kids don't get taken advantage of because knowledge is only power if you know how to use it.
So there it is. The Doer Football Camp, everybody. Your kid will walk out with a power neck and a bag of money. Guaranteed. There it is.
Guaranteed.
All for $30.
$30, man.
That's a great deal.
Financial literacy too. We're gonna teach you about
it's just like getting to know Power Neck a little bit. All bullshit aside, like getting to know Power Neck. Like This is legit. So, again, Dewar Football Camp, and look it up on social media.
Yeah.
Woodward Sports chat thread. We'll be talking more about that as it gets. When is it again?
It's June 28th through the 30th, so
Okay.
it's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Damn, I'm going to be out of town for work, or else I would have pulled up. But, again, Dewar Football Camp. Look it up on social media. Corey Berry, I think Jaden Daniels would be better than Caleb, but it won't have much to do with speed. That's a pretty crazy stat, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. For a
It's
quarterback,
insane. Yeah.
absolutely.
100%.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I've been the only one. I was the only one at this network, man. That's been big on him since September of last year.
Yeah.
True.
Tried to tell you guys.
We're going to find out.
We're going to find out. And I have this crazy, wild, wacky, out-of-the-box opinion that I think the number 1 overall pick is going to be good. That's all. That's it. That's all.
It is turning out to be crazy. There is not many people outside of Chicago believe in this dude.
It's got the best situation any number 1 overall pick has ever walked into. That's facts.
And that'll make the fall greater.
Hey, it's not like he's going into the Andrew Luck Colts. He's going into a good situation.
Big
He's going to be
facts.
just fine. And I don't want that to happen, by the way. It could hurt the Lions, but I'm bullish about Caleb Williams.
Yeah. Big
So,
facts.
Sam, what do you say about the fact that he had 20 turnovers in 12 college games last year, and it's a step up in level?
I would say that
Well, there's excuses for that. Don't worry. Just listen.
Yeah.
I would say that he had a Heisman season. I would say that his touchdowns greatly outnumber that. He did.
How can it be a Heisman season when they went 7-5?
He had a Heisman season the year before, bro.
Oh,
The year before.
Uh-oh.
I was
That
talking about
literally
last year.
happened.
Aw, shit.
Flannel. I wasn't talking about the year before. I was talking about last year.
And
Why
he had
you got to
another-
bring up old shit?
And he had another great year at Oklahoma. Jaden Daniels was a nobody until this year, and he had a damn good year and deserved that Heisman. He never had 20 touchdown passes in a season before last year.
So, what does that matter? He won the Heisman the year
Hit him with
before.
a so.
Yeah.
Right. So,
So you know what? You guys disrespect Caleb Williams on your own time and just ball
No, I
wash
prefer
Jaden
to
Daniels.
do it on company time. It's better content.
That's actually fair. That's actually fair. I doubt that any of us think about that.
Actually,
too
I
much.
don't spend a lot of my own time hating on Caleb Williams. I tend to only do it here.
yeah.
That's the
Smart
line-
man.
That's the line of the day, man. That's the line of the day.
Yes. But yeah, a lot of that. Mike G calling me a hater, a Michigan hater, and all that kind of stuff.
Shout out Mike G.
Shout out Mike G. He at Muskegon Day 1 main camp right now.
Dante151, how many national championships did Jaden Daniels have? You want to play that game too? You don't want to play that game, bro. You don't. You don't. The reality is, if you're smart and intelligent and not trying to push a narrative that both of them were the least of their team's problems. They didn't lose because of them.
Yeah.
But people who want to say that Caleb Williams isn't a winner, you guys try to push that. I'm just saying.
I don't know. A few of those fumbles were pretty costly.
All right, well, hey, since we're talking about college football, let's do this. I have a little quick college football nugget. We're going to do the college football nickel package when we come back. Power next year. Maybe we'll get his take on it, seeing as he played in college football last year. The Hawaii Bowl is going back to Christmas Eve. Electric.
Yes. Let's go.
Get the kids to bed. You're putting those toys together.
Yeah.
You get that bottle of bourbon or cognac or whatever your flavor is cracked. You start putting them
As long as it's dark.
dumbass toys together.
Yep.
And just watch you some Hawaii Bowl. It's electric. Tell them about Swiss Insurance, Flannel.
Absolutely. Now more than ever, it is critical for you to have your insurance reviewed. Swiss Insurance will make sure your carrier is not slipping in extra fees. Call Mark at Swiss Insurance today. Call them at 313-530-1698, SwissINS.com.
Yo, let me just say, I love Planet Fitness.
Try out Planet Fitness and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Listen, the PF Black Card is worth every penny for this hydro massage. I'm a new man.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home? Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
All the benefits, all for less. Planet Fitness, big fitness energy for all.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today. Thank you to the Detroit Lions and Sheila Hamp for the best season in Lions history. Now it's time to let Brad Holmes cook. Woodward Sports.
Neil Rule here for Planet Fitness. We're live at the Planet Fitness Studios. You guys already know what it is. And guess what? Upgrade to a Black Card membership. You get a month free. And then you got access to over 2,500 Planet Fitnesses around the world. I'm going down to South Florida tonight. Tomorrow I'll work out at the Coconut Creek one. I can do that. I'm a Black Card holder. I was there at the one in Maple Road. Anywhere around the world, you are good. Tons of cardio equipment, tons of weights. Whatever you're into, you can do at Planet Fitness. I've reached every fitness goal in my life through the help of Planet Fitness. I got to conquer stretching next because I'm awful at stretching. But guess what? There's a stretch machine there, too, so we can do it. Go to planetfitness.com, join there, pull in the parking lot. It's Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential. Keeping it pushing, everybody. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Sam Flannel. It's hour number 2 already?
Yeah.
Time flies.
It does.
Man, it does here on a nickel
Especially when you
package
get cut off mid-show.
Oh, absolutely. Shout out Tom Mazaway.
Yes,
we got Power Neck in the house in the sound booth. Power Neck, you all right?
Feeling good. Can't
Feeling
complain.
good? Okay, absolutely. Pride of Eastern Michigan single-handedly turned the football program around there.
Relax on that.
They were trash. Power Neck shows up. They go to bowls every single year.
Hey, can't
That's
argue
facts.
with it.
Oh, I have breaking news.
All right, KG in the building, in the Maz chair, playing the role of Maz.
Breaking Tigers news. Tigers legend Buddy Kennedy has been traded to the Philadelphia Phillies in exchange for cash considerations.
Cool. Man.
So no more Kennedy. I'm going to miss that. I am.
That wasn't the breaking news I wanted.
Of course, which is why I did that.
That was well done.
You know the breaking news I wanted?
What is that?
I wanted to hear, breaking news, Javi Baez was a passenger on the Tesla rocket that was shot into space yesterday.
That's fair.
I'm sorry I couldn't come with better news.
Okay, well, whatever. I'm sad to see Buddy Kennedy go. I know
Kennedy!
You hate Tom Kennedy, so I bet you're glad that Buddy Kennedy's gone.
No, I mean he's irrelevant.
What was his OPS?
I want to say it was in the 6s. His on-base percentage, I think, was 308. I don't have that pulled up. Yeah.
Man, I can think of one person that he's better than.
That's fair. I'd rather have Buddy Kennedy at shortstop than Javi Baez. Whether he can play shortstop, I don't care.
I'm just saying. Justin in the house. Justin, how we doing?
I'm doing great. Chilling, grilling. Love being with the congregation of Big D Energy.
Mike G, chat poll. Could Power Neck block Mason Graham? Well,
No.
I think the other question is, could Mason Graham block Power Neck?
Yes.
The answer to that is negative.
Hey, look, the goal is the NFL. That's what we're training for next. We'll have our pro day coming up this spring, and
Shout out.
So we're still playing, folks. It's not the story's not over yet. The pen's still in my hand. I'm still writing the story. So stay tuned. I'll make sure to keep Woodward Sports updated.
There it is,
Appreciate
man.
it, man.
Power Neck in the
That's
house.
awesome.
Living the dream, man. Chasing the dream. Absolutely cool. But yeah, we were talking about it. We did the nickel package for the NFL. So you know what? Let's go to the college ranks. How about the nickel package for college football? Justin, if you would.
Let's do this thing.
All right, first down.
Y'all say college football is dead to you. Let me paint a picture for you. It's a breezy Saturday. We got Michigan, Ohio State at noon.
Oh, you're talking about Thanksgiving weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We got Auburn, Alabama at 3:30.
Okay.
Texas and Texas A&M at 7:30.
Damn.
Do I have your attention?
Yes.
Yes.
But wait a minute.
Please say more.
Yeah, but wait. I was told college sports is dead and college football's dead and all the transferring and everything like that. The reason we bring that one up is I could sense the testosterone in the room change by the second game. The whole outlook, the physiology in the room was different. You guys can talk tough all you want. You'll be locked in.
Hey, I've never said college football was dead. I'm a college football junkie. So yeah, that's the Saturday after Thanksgiving where, you know, the Michigan Ohio State game. I've been to the Big House in 2021 and 2023. That's one of the best times of the year. And then you get home and Alabama Auburn is still on. It's absolutely electric. I cannot wait.
Lems 31M, cash considerations, OPS is 700. I would kill for a 700 OPS.
Right, we got cash back in the trade. Why isn't that being applied to Javi? I don't understand.
Rich, Neil frequently gets a lunkhead siren sounded on him at Planet Fitness. Now, I do more cardio. I do lightweight, high rep lifting.
You can always tell the lunkheads when they walk in.
Oh, no doubt.
They have a specific look when they walk in.
That string tank top on.
Yes.
And all that
my
stuff.
God.
Yeah. No, they do. Catspot. Neil's very quiet about Kyrie after Boston dominated him last night. Catspot, we're going to get there.
Yes.
It's a 2-hour show.
Relax.
We went through hour number 1. We're on the way. Second down, college football nickel package.
All right, second down.
Oh, hold on, Mike G. These packages are huge.
Yeah, they are.
Speaking of huge, James, you want to give some thoughts on that last one?
About college football, man, I'll say this. I think it's still great, but it's different than what it was. I think that's kind of the thing is you have to understand. I mean, for me, I phrase it like this, people. Is it the same as it was when I was a little kid growing up watching it? No, but it's almost like eating bacon after you know how it's made. Like once you see like how it's made and the process of it, or a hot dog, how it's made, you don't necessarily want to enjoy it the same way. It's a little bit different too because you know everything that goes into it. And I think the biggest misconception people have is sometimes the best 11 guys, the 11 guys that are out there aren't necessarily the best players on the team. So I think a lot of people don't necessarily, really know the ins and outs of it. But in terms of the game itself, yes, I still think it'll be successful, but I don't think you'll have necessarily more of the, guys staying for 4 years type of thing.
Woodward Sports, Mike G also says, I do low weight, no rep type of workout. So there's that one out there. There's that one out there as well. Second down.
Great stuff.
Second down. Dabo Sweeney said most players in the transfer portal aren't good enough to play at the University of Clemson.
Oh, wow.
Does Dabo Sweeney know they were 4-4 in the ACC last year?
I don't think he does.
Yeah.
I think he thinks it's like 7 years ago right now. I think that he's stuck in a time warp.
He is.
I don't think he gets the fact that, guess what, Dabo? You're just mid. Like, that's what you are.
Yep.
That's what Clemson is.
Bet he missed Trevor Lawrence, huh?
And Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
So, but again, like, that's my point. In Flannel, I shouldn't take it this way because I know how it's going to go. But look at how it changes with Clemson. And this is my point, too, about Michigan when we talked about, like this year, if they go 7-5 or 8-4 or whatever, and then you slip back to where you were, like that's how quickly things can change. And Clemson was dominant for a half a decade.
Yep.
But when it goes away, it's gone.
Well,
and it's gone for Clemson.
And one of the biggest problems is, and shout out to Dabo Sweeney, he is Clemson football. He's going to walk right into the College Football Hall of Fame, and rightfully so. However, the last few seasons, they haven't had quite the talent that they used to. But the most important thing is, A, they don't use the transfer portal, and B, they don't have a quarterback. Like, getting Deshaun Watson and Trevor Lawrence to come there and dominate is amazing, and it worked out swimmingly. DJU and Cade Klubnik are different animals. They both stink. And that's one of the biggest reasons why they're so bad. And you're never going to find unicorns like that again. So shout out to Clemson for what they did. But yeah,
it's over.
They're back to being what Clemson was before Dabo Sweeney got there. And even the early years of Sweeney.
Whoa. I mean, you had Taj Boyd before them, but I think the biggest problem with Clemson isn't that it's dead. I think it's just Dabo Sweeney doesn't want to adapt.
100%.
Which is dead, right?
This is dead. I agree, but this is why you're seeing guys like Nick Saban and Jim Harbaugh leave as soon as they can, and I think you'll see Kirby Smart on the way out too at Georgia because it's turned into a year-round thing where you don't really get a break as a college coach at all because after every single spring ball or after the fall season, you got to fight to keep your guys. Even if they're freshmen that didn't play their first year, so. It's just a constant cycle, and you're really not even building teams off of 2-3 years. You're really building teams off of a 1-year cycle each year.
Woodward Sports chat thread. The poll is complete. Will Justin James bounce back the rest of the show? 52% of the people said yes, led by my yes vote. I believe in my guys with me. Hunter, I rock with my guys.
The 48%, you might be dead to me. On the low key. No faith. I get so much love in chat, and you do this to me? Ugh, it's ridiculous.
What an opportunity they gave us to turn up on them.
Exactly. Prove the haters wrong.
Damn right. Love the attitude.
James like that? Are you serious?
I'm a proud coach.
All right, what down are we on?
We are on down number 3. And down number 3 is what happens to the traditional Big Ten power, USC. Some folks don't have them ranked in the top 25.
Well, that flipped quickly, didn't it?
Yeah.
The whole USC thing. Now, as a Big Ten blue blood like USC is, and somebody that Big Ten fans have, loved to hate, especially around these parts and the rivalries that they have that have dated back ages, in Big Ten lore, because you can't talk about the Big Ten without USC and their contributions to it and what they have done. But through all that, Flannel, that's a microcosm of how quickly things change. Like Lincoln Riley's still there.
Yeah.
But again, with the Caleb Williams and the Heisman and all that kind of stuff, what have they really done?
Well, it's
all bun and no burger.
It goes all the way back to Oklahoma. Like the quarterbacks that have came out of there, you go back to Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, Jalen Hurts, Caleb Williams. That is literally fucking unicorn unbelievable. However,
well, don't give him credit for Jalen Hurts. Come on.
Well,
Yeah, he transferred.
He transferred there.
Come on.
He was there for a year. I am giving credit to Jalen.
Yeah, you got to go get him.
You got to go get him, and he developed as a passer at Oklahoma, stuff that he didn't really do at Alabama. But anyway, I digress.
I'll give you that one, Flannel.
Yes. Here's, though, their problem. They never have gotten the defense right, and they're always soft. I believe that this season, they're going to get pushed around by LSU, who had a bad defense last year but are still talented. They're going to get pushed around by Michigan.
Yep.
They're going to get pushed around by Notre Dame. And hell, they'll even get pushed around by Penn State.
Damn.
They're going to lose 4 or 5 games. Some games they're going to look like track stars like they always do. But even that, they lost Caleb Williams. They lost their running back. They lost their 2 best wide receivers. USC is looking at, I believe, a rough season, me personally.
Whenever this guy chimes in, he goes right to the front of the list. Dr. Clappin' Cheeks. I'll probably never watch college sports again. I think you're lying, Dr. Clappin' Cheeks, which is chased very closely here in the Woodward Sports chat thread, where you can get your thoughts in there, and that one spun away from me right there. Man, that sucks because it was a good one. It was a good one, too. I'm not watching college football. You guys are all lying, man. You will watch it. Even you, Dr. Clappin' Cheeks. After you get done studying, you'll be there watching college football. We gave you the porn to it all.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving weekend.
Yeah. That's a nice slate.
Tell me you're not locked in.
That's a nice slate, man.
We can't get enough. Byrne wants to know, how is USC going to handle Big Ten West powers like Iowa, Indiana, Purdue, and Minnesota, though?
They'll handle them, but as I said before, they're not going to be able to deal with the physicality of Michigan and even Penn State. And they always play Notre Dame, and you saw what Notre Dame did to them last year, and this year they might even have more talent.
That's facts.
So, like I said, they're going to look like a track team sometimes, but they're also going to have games where they just look like they don't have the same in the trenches, even in the same stratosphere. That's what USC and Lincoln Riley has usually been. Although back in the day, they used to have more talent, and it was the Big 12, and they would win more. Just not in the playoffs.
We got fifth down?
Fifth down. Who ends up with a better season next year? Ole Miss or Michigan?
That's tough.
I got to go Michigan. I understand that they don't have a quarterback, and Ole Miss does. However, it's not lunacy to go against a defending national champion that is returning 4 guys who might be first-round picks. Will Johnson, Mason Graham, Kenneth Grant, and Colston Loveland are all going to be first-round picks, and that doesn't include Donovan Edwards. Rod Moore is going to be out for possibly the season, so that's going to hurt. But it's a little bit homerish. I love what Ole Miss did in the transfer portal. They returned a receiver and a tight end, but the slightly homer pick will be Michigan.
At least you referenced the fact that it was a homer pick, because as a Michigan fan, I will say Ole Miss, and I don't think it's. I think that they're going to have 1 or 2 losses, and I think Michigan is going to have 3.
I'll say Ole Miss as well, but it's more because of the schedule.
Okay.
Ole Miss has more of a traditional Michigan schedule than Michigan does this year.
Got a tough schedule.
They play Georgia, they play LSU, they play Oklahoma, but that's and they got to go to Florida, which will be tough, and they got to go to Arkansas, which will be tough. But again, when you look at the schedule, they got it fairly easy this year. All the conditions are there for Ole Miss to be good. And I know we keep talking about Ole Miss all the time. And remember, too, they clapped Penn State in that bowl game last year.
They did.
And everyone played.
Yeah.
So you can't hit me with that shit. Everybody played, and they clapped them.
And You know what? The reality is, too, is that if Alex Orji sucks or whoever plays quarterback, then we're having a different conversation, and Michigan's really in a tough spot this year. That's the biggest advantage that Ole Miss has. They have their quarterback. They have their J.J. McCarthy and Jackson Dart. In Michigan, who the hell knows?
But I'll say this, can Ole Miss stop anybody? I think it's the same problem with USC. You saw in the bowl game, great improvement from Ole Miss's defense, but
yeah, but that's on the flip side of that coin. That's them playing Penn State too. See, true. I know the truth about Penn State.
Sucked on offense, all
100%.
Yeah.
But that's not what I was told. Penn State's there. They're a playoff contender. They're a Big Ten, and every time they play anybody good, they get clapped.
Well, James, the only response I would give to that is Ole Miss, they did get that Princely kid from Florida as an edge transfer, and then Walter Nolan from Texas A&M, who was a former big-time recruit as a transfer. They're trying. No, it might not work, but they're trying.
They're trying, but I would say it's the same problem is a lot of these guys are just thrown. It seems like on the defensive side, they really try to go through the portal mostly, throw these guys together after spring ball and see what happens. And it's like they don't have a good enough defense, I think, to win these games because it's like a lot of these teams are going to play Georgia. They're going to play Arkansas. LSU are more ground control. They're going to try to run the ball down your throat.
I know, but they're fun. Ole Miss is fun. Lane Kiffin's fun. I like fun.
In terms of personality,
electric.
Great for the ratings.
No doubt. Real quick before we cut out. And by the way, too, Nickelpack, we got you covered. We're going to do one on the Stanley Cup. We're going to do one on the NBA Final. So Dante 151, we're doing the basketball one for you. So you better tap in to that. Dante here says, who's the USC quarterback? Anyone? Anyone know?
It's Miller Moses.
Yep, I don't know either. Same goes with Michigan as well.
That's fair. Yeah. That is 100% fair. That's the biggest question mark. That and the offensive line, which are big question marks, and they've been big pieces of stability for Michigan over the last couple of years.
Absolutely. What read we on for this one?
We're on Swiss, but before Stephen, David, and Neil, I'm gonna say this one last time. Michigan and Western Michigan have no relevance to each other, and I've been a Michigan fan my entire life. I do not give a shit what you say.
He brought it up for you, Neil. You didn't have to do it.
For me, and I thought he was about to read that comment. I'm so surprised he did not. He stayed away. That's Neil Rule gold. That's switching a softball to him, to be honest. But yeah, we're on Glorious.
What was the comment?
It was that I don't know, something about do I root for Michigan? Do you want me to find it?
Yeah,
Neil Rule lives rent free.
You brought it up.
Rent free.
Yeah, I didn't even see it.
Lives
but now,
right now,
and I'm not running away. I don't care. I brought it up. I don't give a shit.
Now he finna tag you.
All right, let's do the commercial break and we'll come back and we'll get to it. You guys want to do the NHL or the NBA next?
Let's do the NHL.
All right, you got it.
Absolutely.
Tell us about Glorious, Flannel.
Glorious Cannabis has this ice water pre-roll now with diamonds. It's the perfect way to enjoy cannabis in a kind of an untraditional kind of way. And if you partake, it's pretty cool looking, I will say that, as somebody who doesn't partake. And everybody that I know who has tried it is satisfied KG just seconds that. So go get yourself your ice water pre-roll with diamonds today. It's Glorious Cannabis.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Feel alive during Feldman Chevrolet's biggest New Year's sales event ever. Get the best prices on our huge selection of award-winning Chevrolets. Like this 2024 Equinox for $188 per month. Or this 2024 Silverado for $268 per month. It's the New Year's sales event going on now at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi experts Woodward Sports.
Here for Feldman Automotive. There's 18 Feldman Automotive locations in and around the Metro Detroit area. Fun fact, it's not just Feldman Chevrolet in Novi, Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer. You want a Chevy? Cool. Go there. Get it. They'll get you in and out, get you on your way with your new car. Ford, Kia, whatever brand you're looking for, go to feldmanauto.com. Need car? Go to feldmanauto.com. Get car quickly. That's pretty much all we can ask for, right? They got the best car buying experience in the game. They got the best people. Don't overlook them on the service end as well. Need the oil change, whatever you guys need. I had them do some work on my car for me. Everything was perfect. I'm still stunned with how easy it was. It shouldn't even be that easy, but it was. FeldmanAuto.com. FeldmanAuto.com. All right, keeping it pushing. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neil Rule, Sam Flannel in for D-Mac. And we have Power Neck James, the pride of Eastern Michigan, the man that turned a college football program around single-handedly. Yep. We have KG in the building. We have Justin. We have Justin here as well, a.k.a. Juice Us, as Mike G calls him. Western Michigan student, but Michigan football fan. And that's where we're at. So, yeah. Hey, Nickel Package Friday. Let's talk some puck, man. We're doing it right now. That starts tomorrow. Let's get it. I'll be down there in Lauderdale as well.
Oh.
Anyway, I'll tell you this, too. Here was another thing, like flying in and out of that airport a lot. They have, like, the banners for the Panthers and the Stanley Cup Finals and the Eastern Conference Championship. Yeah. I missed that. It was pretty hype. Yeah. But I digress. All right, first down.
First down. What does this... If the Oilers win, what does it do for Ken Holland's legacy?
For me?
For the city of Detroit, for anyone, for Edmonton, whatever you think.
Not a lot for me. Like, hey, walk in, have Connor McDavid,
right?
Have Leon Draisaitl. If anything, it adds more to Connor McDavid and Draisaitl. Because his first move when he walked in the door was to acquire 36-year-old Duncan Keith at $9 million a year. That flamed out. Yes. Like, and again, I'm only telling you, look, I give him credit for what he did here in Detroit because he did it. He did it, like the circumstances and whatever. But then the game changed. And the next thing I knew, we had Franz Nielsen for $36 million for 6 years. Like, that's how it worked out. But Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, those guys, if they get this done, it'll certainly be on their backs. You can't argue that.
Well, yes, and for the most part, I think you're right. He didn't draft McDavid, Draisaitl, Nugent Hopkins, or Bouchard. However, what Ken Holland did do, and you can't deny this, he did sign Zach Hyman. And Zach Hyman is your leading goal scorer in the playoffs. He's really great at inheriting players, I'll admit that, but Zach Hyman was a hell of a signing, and he hasn't done anything detrimental enough around all of their stars to make it so that they can't win. But that's also given that, you know, Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl are like mercurial, which they have been.
No, absolutely. Absolutely they have been. And look, it stands to reason, too. Like, you look at Hyman, he walks in the door, you know, he was like a 20-goal-a-year guy, walks in the door, puts up 54 goals, you know, for Edmonton. But that's the way it works when you're with those guys, man.
Excellent foresight. I'm kidding. Go ahead.
Excellent foresight by Zach Hyman.
Hey, that's very fair.
That's even more impressive. All right, second down.
Second down. The attendance in Florida has risen in the last 3 years from 13,000 to 15,000 to 18,000 this year. How important is to bring hockey down to South Florida?
It works there, guys. I'm telling you. I'm there all the time, and it works. And look, you got to do the dance when you have a team in LA, when you have a team in Miami and Fort Lauderdale. You got to do the dance because you got to win.
Yep.
Because if you don't win, there's too much other shit to do down there, like play golf, go to the beach, walk outside, your face not freeze. Like, all of those things are available to do down there. So you do have to win. Like, that's understood. But why it works there, why it works in Las Vegas, everybody that lives in Miami or LA or Las Vegas are not from Miami or LA or Las Vegas. That place, when they play the Rangers, when the Jets or the Patriots play the Dolphins. I went to a Dolphins-Patriots game. There were 60,000 Patriots. It's all East Coast people that live down there. Yeah. It works, and I'm glad that they were smart enough to do that. And oh, by the way, you go through the Stanley Cup Finals appearances over the last decade, all Tampa, all Florida.
if the Panthers win, and hell, maybe even if they don't, you could make like a 30 for 30 documentary style and just say NHL hockey in Florida. It's not my favorite thing in the world, but I can't deny how the state has dominated the Eastern Conference the last 5 or so years. So what can I say?
And I've been to a Panthers game as well, and it was before they were even good. It was when they were kind of slightly rising, and they were playing the Canadiens, and it was 80% Canadiens fans there.
But again, they don't care. They paid for the tickets. You know? So that's how it works. And plus, too, I'm lucky because they're both my kind of team Bs. Like Connor McJesus is my guy, obviously. The Panthers kind of my team B. So I do want the Panthers to win from the respect of it'll be awesome because their Stanley Cup parade will start at the arena and it will end at a strip mall Botox center where you pull into a strip mall, you get your lips blown up or your face, your Botox for your face or whatever, and then you keep it pushing. And it's so South Florida. It would be so South Florida. So, either way, it'll be cool. I want that Stanley Cup in the parking lot of a strip mall with a Botox center in there. I want it.
Why not?
Second down.
Third down. What is the X factor for both teams in this series as like a player?
In terms of a player, I think for Edmonton, it's Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. And if he's good, if he's elite, I think the Oilers will win this series fairly easily. And look, he's not an X factor because he's a goalie, but old Bob Bobrovsky, man, if he's good, the Oilers have no shot. They have no shot to win.
That's 100% fair. More on that in just a couple of minutes. But I would go for Edmonton, I would say Stuart Skinner. Because right now he's playing like that hot goaltender. Had a 92% save percentage in the last series against Dallas and an over 96% save percentage in the last 2 games in which they closed it out. That's absolutely huge. If he plays well, I think that's if he stays that hot goaltender, then that's one of the Edmonton's pathways to victory. And I would say for Florida, I'm going to go with Sam Bennett. Sam Bennett's a guy who is one of your lower line centers, but he's a veteran. He's played in Florida for many years. He's been very good in the playoffs, both this year and last year. And if you can get some more depth scoring, if you can get Sam Bennett having a hell of a series, that's another one where it's like, as long as he, and then of course, Kachuk, they all score, I don't think Edmonton has a chance. So give me Skinner and Sam Bennett.
Red Wings fan club brings up a good point too. Nurse needs to elevate his game. Darnell Nurse, the defenseman for the Oilers. By the way, Nurse on an 8-year, $74 million contract.
Bad contract.
That he is, when he is 34, he's a $9.2 million cap hit. When he's 34. That's your boy Ken Holland that everybody loves.
And he's very, very mid.
There you have it. Yep. But you know who likes Nurse's contract? Mo Sider's agent.
Yes, he does.
All right, next one.
Well, let me throw mine in there real quick. I got Connor Brown. I've really fallen in love with him throughout the playoffs, and I think the way that Florida plays, they're going to need someone like Connor Brown to truly step up and be their X factor. Those, like D-Mac was saying when he was yelling at Flannel, those are the type of players that you need to win a championship. And then it stops at Bob for me with the Panthers. If Bob doesn't have a good series, the Panthers don't have a shot. So we're going to go to 4th down now. One thing each team must do to win the series.
This is a universal answer for me. Anytime you talk to me about hockey and say, what do people have to do? You got to score on the power play. Period. End of story. It's something I've talked about with the Red Wings forever. The reason the Red Wings made the jump this year into like a real NHL team was because they weren't handicapped by their power play. Yep. They were Javi Baez at bat on the power play 2 years ago. Last year, they were 13th, 15th, something like that. They were average. They were average. Yeah. And therefore, they were a fringe playoff team. Yeah. That's how that works. When you have opportunities in this league, you have to take advantage of it. Have to. And that cuts both ways. That's Florida as well. A, because you have Connor McDavid off the ice in an attacking role for 2 minutes of the game, so that makes it huge. And then B, you get the full gains if you can score. The game of hockey, no one talks about it, Flannel. And I don't know why.
It's funny that you mentioned that because I was going to say defend the power play, not to give a cop-out, but look what Edmonton did last series. They didn't allow a single power play goal. I'm not saying they're going to do it in this series, but conversely...
And they overcame home ice disadvantage. I mean, the math says that home ice isn't that big of an advantage, but still, they won it in 6 games because of the way they defended the power play.
And the thing is, Florida's the type of team with their defense, with Bobrovsky, that is built to defend the Edmonton power play. I know you can't stop it, but in the case of Florida in a 7-game series, maybe they can. So Neil goes score on the power play. I will say defend the power play.
This is funny. Catspot. Neil doesn't understand hockey. One defenseman can't have that big of an impact. And I would say, well, Darnell Nurse is 11.5% of their cap, so he has a hell of an impact on that team.
Yeah. That's the Stars, too, about the power play. 0 for 15 in that Game 6 game.
0 for 14.
0 14.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But still, regardless, that was a huge difference, and why Edmonton was able to win that game was just simply because the Stars couldn't capitalize.
Is 11.5% of your team's cap a big impact?
Yeah, especially when you're Darnell Nurse. But yes, universally it is.
Okay, next one.
And that's the issue with people not knowing that much about the NHL is that little figure of, 7-8 million is 11% of the cap. And it's not like the NHL and the NBA where the contracts are massive.
Absolutely.
Well, fit down.
All right.
Who gets it done and who wins the Conn Smythe?
I think that's a pretty universal answer, right? Like, it's going to be McDavid because the writers are not going to let it be anybody else, and it's going to be Tkachuk if it's the Panthers. That's the way that it will go. I think the Panthers are going to win the series, and I think they're going to win it in 5 or 6. I do. I mean, I just do, Flannel. I look at, you have to grind so hard to get the puck away from the Panthers. Like, getting the puck from them is a victory.
I know.
Everything is max effort all the time, and they're good. That's a tough combination. And they got Bob in goal.
Yeah.
Like, it's so hard to beat them.
I know. I did see Edmonton, though, go up against another team of grinders in Dallas and beat them. I know that they don't have the high-end talent of like a Sam Reiner.
Right.
I know.
Come on. Dallas is the Penn State of the NHL.
I understand.
I always hear about it. I never see it.
I understand. It's just, you mentioned earlier, and I'm not saying he's going to be able to duplicate this in the Stanley Cup, but Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, he's giving you exactly what you said that he would need to, and they would be unbeatable. He's over a point a game in the playoffs. And I think that with Edmonton's firepower, every single one of them is showing out. Whether it's McDavid, whether it's Draisaitl, whether it's Bouchard, every single one of them. I think that Edmonton is going to win, and Connor McDavid not only wins the Conn Smythe, but becomes the 3rd player in NHL history to have a 40-point postseason. The other 2, Mario Lemieux and Wayne Gretzky. Give me Edmonton and McDavid.
Hey, man. I hope
I know
you're right.
you'd like that, yeah.
No, I hope you're right. Real quick before we cut to the break, Woodward Sports chat thread. Silky Johnson brings up a great point, too. If Carter Verhaeghe leads the team in scoring, he may win the Conn Smythe.
Yeah.
He could. He's been electric in the playoffs.
So good.
Yeah, that was the one that I was thinking about other than Sam Bennett for my X Factor, but I chose Sam Bennett. But Carter Verhaeghe,
because I don't think he's an X Factor.
That's kind of was my tiebreaker.
X Factors are like below the radar.
Yeah. Sam Bennett is by definition an X Factor, and Carter Verhaeghe, he's a 3rd star.
Yeah,
he is. Yeah,
and again,
4th star.
Like with the Bobrovsky thing. Again, if he plays well, they can't lose.
They can't lose.
They can't lose. So,
and speaking of Bob, that's who I think is going to win the Conn Smythe. You think the writers might take Tkachuk, and I see that 100%. Or Verhaeghe, yeah, that's a great gem find. But Bob makes this team go. Bob is the soil that you plant the seeds in. That's Tkachuk and Verhaeghe. And I just don't. And I see the Panthers winning in 6. So if you want to take the Oilers, be my guest. You might be right, but the Panthers are just way too deep. And they're going to actually play physical, unlike Dallas, and hopefully score on the power play.
Sandy says, I don't think anything should have Tkachuk's name on it. Well, I mean, he's electric.
Yeah.
He's absolutely electric.
I'd kill to have his brother.
That's also fair.
For sure. Hey, let me tell you about KDK Law, everybody. Dealing with divorce, child custody, visitation, maybe other family law issues. This is serious business, folks, so get the best on your side. Kevin and Catherine at KDK Law right here in Birmingham will have your back. Over 10 years of experience, 24/7 availability. Scan the QR code on the screen or give them a call, 248-971-0476. Again, guys, don't play games, man. This is divorce. This is business, all right? Get the best on your side, and they're right here in Birmingham. KDK Law. Say Woodward Sports sent you. They will pay your filing fee. KDK Law. They've got your back.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
What happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? You expand and offer more products to more people. This is exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC. The same great service that customers have come to know and trust on Woodward Avenue just south of 9 Mile. Check out Les Stanford in Dearborn today at lesstanford.com. Les Stanford Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
All right, keeping it pushing. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neil Rule, Sam Flannel in for D-Mac. We have Power Neck in the building on the sound. KG is in the Tom Mazaway chair. And, of course, intern Justin on the ones and twos. And I don't want to jinx it, but you guys rallied. They absolutely rallied. So props to you guys.
Hey, shout out that 48% that was giving us the disrespect.
You love haters.
I love haters.
Yeah.
Love the opportunity to turn up.
Yeah.
Hey, I will always stand on business. So if you don't come correct in chat, I will always come at you, no doubt.
All right. Kyle Zweed, Panthers are bigger, stronger, faster, and they have more facial hair.
Yeah.
Ryan,
the beers do matter.
Yeah.
Playoff beers matter.
They do. Ryan, shout out KDK Law.
Don't let that girl do you wrong.
Crazy Clown, why get married if you're planning on getting a divorce later? Well, Crazy Clown, nobody plans on it.
Yeah.
But if it goes down that way, KDK Law is the ally.
Yep.
Like, come on. A mistake's a mistake, man.
Right.
Fix the mistake.
Right. KDK need jobs too, man.
Yeah.
Come on
That's
now.
what I'm saying. Finals, NBA Finals nickel package. Let's get that going. Tough effort for the Mavs last night.
Absolutely.
Let's discuss. All right, let's go to it. Intern Justin, the NBA Fast Break edition of the nickel package.
All right, fast break question number 1. Have we undervalued Kristaps Porzingis? Tingus Pingus.
I did in the first half of that game.
Yeah.
He was great. And, look, did I undervalue him? Maybe I overvalued the interior of the Mavericks defensively.
Yeah.
But, again, because of the teams he's been on and the situations he's been in, you probably don't think of Kristaps Porzingis this way. But he's a tough check.
Yes.
Absolutely.
He's tough to deal with, dude. His skill set is unique.
No.
Go ahead, KG.
No, I was going to say, absolutely, man. 20 points in 21 minutes off the bench, man. His normal three-point, footage is 27. He's pulling up from 30. His contributions on the defensive end, we undervalued this guy, absolutely. But to your point, we haven't seen him in this high stakes of basketball, so it was hard to predict. But for him to have all that time off and then come back and instantly provide that spark for the team, that's pretty good.
And Flannel.
Yeah.
I did like when Al Horford had 5 points and 3 boards in the first 4 minutes of the game.
First point of the game was an Al Horford dunk. I'm like, oh boy.
Yeah, no, I was ready to hit the group chat if he had kept it going. I was ready.
But yeah, no, we absolutely have undervalued Kristaps Porzingis. The reality is that even though it doesn't always seem like it, this Boston team was a wagon this year. They outscored their opponents by over 10 points per game. And Kristaps Porzingis, when he's out there, he can shoot threes as a 7-footer. You saw him go 8 for 13, 20 points, and he blocked shots. He blocked 3 last night, and he spaces everything out and kind of renders the Gaffords and the Liveleys a little less impactful. So yes, Kristaps Porzingis might be the difference between Boston winning and losing.
He's good.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, second down.
Second down, have we overvalued Kyrie Irving?
And I knew this was coming.
Yeah.
And I knew eventually I was going to have to speak on this. Here's the bottom line with it all. All right. As far as Kyrie goes, and this was going to be somebody. it was going to be Kyrie, or it was going to be Luka, or it was going to be Tatum, or it was going to the Brown.
It was kind of Tatum.
This was going to be somebody, but Tatum's team won.
Yeah,
so it's not
they
going to
did.
be Tatum. Yeah. That's the way these things work. So the home team won game 1.
Yes.
They did. When you boil this, you can say as much as you want. I know we're not built on that here, especially in today's day and age. We value recency bias. Like, that's how we operate. That was game 1. The home team won.
Yes.
They get another opportunity. At some point, the Mavericks are going to have to win on Boston's floor, or they lose. But with that being said, yeah, didn't go well for Kyrie. He's still an elite player in this game. He is. I've seen it firsthand. I know that he is. He will bounce back at some point here quickly.
We have absolutely overvalued Kyrie Irving, and you all knew that.
I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
No. It's not over. It's not over. I heard you guys on this show propping up probably my least favorite stat in the history of mankind about his record in closeout games, as if 10 of them didn't come with LeBron and 3 of them didn't come with Luka Doncic.
Yeah,
and in
but they
those,
all came with Kyrie.
I understand that, but do you, guys,
It's facts.
Between 2015 and 2017, the Cleveland Cavaliers were 10-0 in playoff closeout games. Do you think that was more of a Kyrie thing or a LeBron thing? It was certainly a LeBron thing, and the numbers play that out. LeBron,
except in Game 7 with everything on the line.
Oh yeah, and hey,
and who closed it out?
Both of them did. Both of them did because
who made the shot?
Kyrie made the shot.
Okay, thanks. Good talk. All right, moving on.
Nope. LeBron scored 11 out of 18 in the fourth quarter. Had the block.
Triple-double Game 7 on the road.
Yes, had the block and then had the game clinching.
All right, get to the moral of the story.
Yes. My point is, yes, Kyrie Irving has always been a little bit of an all-time great merchant while being a great Robin. That's what he is. He's not uniquely a killer or a closer. He's a great player, a great Robin, but he's more of a Luka and a LeBron merchant than not. That's all I'm going to say.
I just think overvalued is a bit of a strong word. I mean, I get what happened last night, and flat out, he just didn't show up.
Right.
Just flat out, point blank, period. But if you look at what he's done throughout the playoffs, saying overvalued is a bit of a stretch. And I'm also looking at the rest of the team. P.J. Washington, 14 points, 0 of 3 from 3. Derrick Jones Jr., 5 points, 2 of 9. Daniel Gafford, he was perfect from the field, but he only put up 8 points and 3 boards. So where's the rest of the team as well? Yes, Kyrie let them down, but the team let themselves down as well.
More on that later. I promise.
I'm not panicking, though. This is only game 1. We knew this was going to happen. It's the first time a lot of the Mavericks are in the finals. A lot of teams have lost game 1 and came back to win. Go back to Jordan and the Lakers in 91. If you want to go
James?
Back, going way back. But I'm just saying, I'm not concerned about that. And let's be honest, Jason Tatum didn't have that great of a game either. Put up 16 points on 6 of 16 from the field.
Had 6 turnovers too, but they won.
But they won. But here's
they
what
won,
I will
so he's
say.
off the hook.
This tells me the importance of Kyrie to that team in terms of the better he does. It is the Mavericks are going to go the way Kyrie goes. Again, as I think it's going to be vastly important for him to improve throughout the series. But again, the concern level isn't raised. As long as they get a split out of Boston, they head back to Dallas with a 1-1 series. There's no worries. I guarantee you the Mavericks will play much better in game 2.
Catspot. Neil doesn't want to talk about Kyrie's career without LeBron. We got to talk about Luka's career without Kyrie.
Hasn't gone far in the playoffs.
It's a little better than Kyrie's without LeBron. I'll just say that because Luka is all-time great. Kyrie Irving is an all-time great sidekick. There's levels to this. That's all I'm saying.
How far has Luka made it in the playoffs without Kyrie?
Not very far. I think they made it. Wait a minute.
And this one's a washout too because they're swept and it's over because Kyrie's a bum.
Yeah. They made a conference finals though.
That did happen with Jalen Brunson.
With that Game 7 performance at Phoenix in which they beat the Suns by damn near 40. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is you guys.
What a tank job that was.
I know.
Yeah,
that was an all-time tank job.
Man.
All right, next down.
All right. Down number 3. What are the odds Jason Tatum doesn't win Finals MVP if the Celtics win the championship?
High. Because and while he did put up okay numbers,
he's winning it.
But you think so?
All right.
I'm looking right at Jaylen Brown. I'm looking right at Jaylen Brown,
and then I'll give you how it'll go in real life.
Okay, well, Jaylen Brown has already won Eastern Conference Finals MVP. I think it's very likely he could win. Although Jason Tatum didn't put up horrible numbers, the man on this team right now is Jaylen Brown. Let's not kid ourselves. That's just me though. I see him winning it at this point more than Jason Tatum.
If the Celtics win, which under this argument, obviously they would have to win.
Yeah.
How many of those games do you think Tatum's going to have 30 or more?
He ain't have 30 in this one.
Right. How many do you think he will? 3 more games they got to win. One? Maybe 2?
One for me.
Okay.
I got to see it. I just got to see it, man.
But when he does, and in game 2, if he gets 30 and they win game 2, what a bounce back
you'll
by
take
Jason Tatum. What a bounce back.
But you
What
think
a
that
player.
rules out 4 games of Jaylen Brown doing 25 and 6? You think that rules that out?
I'm telling you how it works in the real world,
Come on,
dude,
man.
And how these media folks are and the people that vote for the awards.
Jaylen Brown already won Eastern Conference Finals MVP. I'm just saying. They already...
Which tells you right there that he is not going to win the NBA
Not if
Finals
he keep putting
MVP.
up these numbers. Go ahead, though,
All right,
Sam.
I think there's a chance. I really do. Because Boston, they have the team. They have the capability to withstand even if Jason Tatum plays just kind of good, or even last night by the numbers offensively pretty bad. When you look at the history of Finals MVPs, it's not just that it was the name. Jokic deserved it. Giannis deserved it. LeBron deserved it. Curry deserved it. Kawhi deserved it. And there was no question.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant, both times, deserved it. This is the one, though. LeBron in 2016 deserved it. This is the one where I could see there being, Jason Tatum goes off for a game or 2, but Kristaps Porzingis last night.
Yeah.
Jaylen Brown last night. You just never know. I think it's more likely to be Jason Tatum, but I don't think it's a foregone conclusion.
Boy, there's a lot of chat interaction. I was told nobody watches the NBA.
I know, right?
Then I saw him sign a $7 billion rights deal, and I saw the chat go electric here.
Yeah.
Somebody lied to me.
Still got more money from TNT on the way.
Yeah.
Somebody lied to me. Are we late for the break or no? Are we on time?
I don't have a sheet. So I have
It's
no
40.
idea.
It's 45. So.
Yeah. Okay. So we're still good then.
We're still
chilling.
good.
We got like 4 minutes, I think.
All right. Yeah. Absolutely. Just wanted to double check on that. Yeah. So that's pretty electric. And oh, by the way, too, like the Jaylen Brown faction in the chat right now, flannel. Let me go back to this. Remember when we were like talking like Pistons trades and what they could do? Remember when we brought up the Jaylen Brown thing? Like if Boston implodes and they move on from them.
Listen.
Remember that? No, remember that? Because it was last season. It's not like it was in standard definition television.
But,
remember when we brought that up? And remember the chat's reaction to that?
Oh, no, he can't dribble with the left hand. He's a bum.
Listen, this guy
has changed real quick.
He has
you?
stepped his game up this playoffs. I mean, yes, we were saying that last year. I was one of them.
Okay.
But we got to get a man his credit. He
I
stepped
wasn't going
up.
to call you out.
He is literally.
Because I knew you'd be a man and step up and admit it.
I'll admit that. But he's the 1A on this team, y'all. I'm sorry. So far, he's been the 1A.
Let's go Red Wings party. WNBA nickel package coming up in hour number 3. We'll do a 45-minute WNBA nickel package.
How do you feel about Caitlin Clark catching picks?
You know what? I will say this, though. No bullshit. I will say this. When I was on the treadmill at Planet Fitness today, they were running the highlights of the games, you know, from last night. And honest to God, the athleticism in the WNBA has gone up by about 1,000%.
Yeah.
And I'm being dead serious with it. It's gone up by 1,000. Those players are athletic AF. From what that game, if you run a clip of that league 6 years ago and run what I was watching last night, and not Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
Not Caitlin Clark. Like defensively, they were flying. I mean, it was impressive. That's all. That's all I'm saying. Easy.
Right.
All right, go to the next one.
The incel crowd. Watch out.
All right, down number 4. Are the Dallas Mavericks in trouble?
Not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet. Again, the home team, the team with the home court advantage, won game 1 at home. Everything resets to 0 in game 2. The stakes are still the same. What's the goal? Win 1 on the road, right?
Yeah.
They still have another opportunity to do that.
Dallas is in big trouble. Big trouble. And here, because I've noticed, and I think this was always going to be true, but it just never happened in the last round. They need Kyrie and Luka to both be great if they're going to win.
Yeah.
Because so many of their players.
Oh, that's right. And Kyrie's a bum.
He's not a bum. My point is that, like Daniel Gafford, Derek Lively, Derek Jones Jr., they're all limited offensive players, and PJ Washington can go ice cold. You saw last night that when Kyrie didn't have it, they were pretty much a useless basketball team. It didn't matter what Luka did. So it's kind of the the thought process of if you're too much of like a heliocentric my turn, your turn team without kind of the depth and the ball movement and everything that Boston has, that's a type of team that usually beats a Dallas type of team. However, I thought that Dallas had the high-end talent to overcome it. I don't think they do because Luka and Kyrie, I think, will both at least have one off day. Kyrie already did.
Yeah, and to add to your argument, it needs to be Luka, Kyrie, and either Derek Lively or not Gafford, but PJ Washington. One of those guys is going to have to step up in order for the Mavs to really be able to withstand what the Celtics are bringing offensively. That's
fair. No, and they do. They have to have that, no doubt.
Yeah.
So, it is one of those things for them. This is an interesting question. DNC ENT. Okay, for real. Boston wins, Brown's final MVP. What the hell do they do with the new cap apron? Someone's got to go. Can they trade Brown fresh off of a finals MVP?
Yes.
DNC ENT, they can just pay the tax.
Yep.
Or that.
And they will.
You're not trading away finals MVP Jaylen Brown. You're not.
You sure?
I'm positive.
They'll get a haul for him. They would get a haul.
Or, hey, I would just pay the tax.
Yep.
Understood.
All right, down 5.
Crazy idea for an organization that has that much money. Have we undervalued the depth of the Boston Celtics?
Maybe. Maybe.
No, because I'm big on Horford already.
Well, yeah.
So, I'm big on Horford. So, that I don't undervalue it. No, I think it boils back to the first question. All of us in this room undervalued Kristaps Porzingis. All of us did.
100%.
I did. I'll
I did.
always look you in this camera and say when I was wrong about
I
something.
definitely did.
All of us did.
I knew he would make an impact. I didn't think he was going to make that kind of impact.
But this is why I love the finals in sports and the playoffs in pro sports. Because it is cut and dry. You perform or you don't. And if you don't, it becomes your legacy. And if you do, it becomes your legacy. If they win this series in 4 or 5 and Porzingis averages 23 a game, then guess what? His reputation goes from a soft Euro that gets hurt all the time to an NBA champion that balled out.
Yep.
Yes.
Instantly.
And those Bulls on draft night look horrible,
Yep.
age horribly.
Yeah, and even if Kristaps doesn't have a great rest of the series and they still win, he'll be remembered as the man who came back and instantly set the tone and gave him a 1-0 and lead.
No, that game one is him. Absolutely.
That was 100%
That
him.
game one is him.
I would say, yes, we did underestimate Boston's depth a little bit. I'm going to go back to words that Korean Jesus has said, and I'm not picking on you. It's that you always said one of the reasons why Boston isn't going to win is because Jason Tatum's not a dog. He didn't have to be. He wasn't a dog last night.
He ain't a dog.
But they still might win.
At some point, he's going to have to be, though.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
So this is over, right?
No, it's not over. I'm just saying your 6th best player is Al Horford. That's, even though he's old, that's pretty damn impressive.
He's a bum, too.
He's not a bum.
That's what I was told by you.
Well, you act like he would win a finals game by himself.
He was on his way.
Yeah.
Hey, he was on his way,
could
right?
have.
I was gonna.
Man, I wanted that to go so bad.
I mean, but to be objective,
I
though.
win, you lose. All right.
No, but to be objective, outside of Porzingis coming off the bench, who else do they have? Sam Hauser?
But
Pritchard didn't put up any points. He played 15
Be
minutes.
better off with Joey Hauser.
Seriously.
No, you wouldn't be better off with Joey Hauser. Sam Hauser was okay this regular season, although the playoffs. But no, but you also have guys in Drew Holiday and Derek White who can bother Kyrie.
But they are starting. We're talking about depth.
But Dallas has a bunch of depth. That Hardy kid, is he like an amazing
I mean, they don't have a lot of depth. I won't argue that. But just compared to what the Celtics have, is literally Porzingis on the bench. And
All
that's
right,
it.
Flannel, answer this in 15 seconds. Then we're going to break, and I'm going to squeeze in this media nickel package before we leave.
Yep.
Brandon Katz, Sam, settle the debate. Where's Chris Carter ranked among all-time wide receivers? I don't know where that came from, but whatever. Answer it. 15 seconds.
I
Go.
would say between 8 and 11. Something like that.
That seems kind of high to me.
You're a little high.
Is he on Marvin Harrison level?
I think they're right about at the same. That's a very good comparison to where Chris Carter ranks all time to me. Is someone like Marvin Harrison.
And that comes down to style.
A little
what you
bit
prefer.
Like below the Randy Mosses and the T.O.s and
Of
even
course.
Calvin Johnson and Jerry Rice, but still top 10.
Arguably.
That's tough. All right. Did a good job. What were we at? Dispo?
Yep. Tell them about Dispo, Flan.
Absolutely. Dispo, where all of you can get your cannabis needs. There are locations all throughout Metro Detroit, and they've got every single thing you need. Meet a team that curates an unbelievable atmosphere and shopping experience. Try the freshest inventory from Michigan's largest variety of products. Come through our stores or order on Dispo Dash today. Dispo Dispensary, DispoShops.com, your local cannabis plug.
Yo, let me just say, I love Planet Fitness.
Trying out Planet Fitness, and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Listen, the PF Black Card is worth every penny for this hydro massage. I'm a new man.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home? Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
All the benefits, all for less. Planet Fitness, big fitness energy for all.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around, who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola, really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call.
Toss me the read, please.
Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets?
Nobody! Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi experts, Woodward Sports.
Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza is taking over Michigan. Locations are popping up all over Metro Detroit, doubling the number of restaurants this year, known for their quality hand-breaded chicken and New York-style pizza. But be sure to stop in and try a mega store near you. Go to www.sorokis.com.
Best biscuits ever of all time.
And damn, they're best tenders. Yeah. I'm almost ready to say that too.
The Nashville Hot Ones were slapping on draft night.
Man.
Guys, like, look, I know they're like partners with the network and stuff like that, but if you haven't tried it, and I'm being serious with you guys here, it is elite food there. Yep. Elite.
I think everybody at Woodward Sports will co-sign Soroki's.
Elite. No bullshit.
It is elite, and James, we didn't hit the mark because we had a hot mic that last break.
Ah, damn it,
that's
James.
All right, buddy.
So we didn't bounce back to a full extent, but I'd say we pulled it together from where we were.
That was the one break I didn't ask him either.
You finished strong. Alan W., I can't wait till Monday when everyone backpedals, especially.
We'll see.
We'll see.
I think sometimes I take too strong a stances, but it's all right. I'm always
no, Flannel, you don't. I like it. You have things to say. Yeah. I like it. And you believe what you say.
Yes.
You're not just sitting. Somebody said earlier, Flannel's just saying that to be contrarian. No. Sam Flannel does not do that.
I promise you.
I do not do that.
What to say?
I like that. You're just too influenced by recency bias.
And that's fine. And for the record, it's not a lunatic opinion to say that the Celtics have a clear advantage. It's not.
Yeah.
It's you can disagree all you want. It's not like I'm saying they're going to sweep. Those words never came out of my mouth, for the record.
Game 2 seems like a must-win for the Mavs.
It is a must-win.
It's a must-win.
Yes.
Well, the series doesn't start till someone wins on somebody else's court.
That's a big fact.
Nickel package. Let's cook through this media one real quick because I wrote it and I didn't write it for nothing. So
yes, sir.
Let's cook through it.
I think the people would like to see it too because we're getting some protest chants in the chat.
Day 2.
They want us to go to 131
Day 2 on the picket line.
Limit.
But hey, we'll run in honor of yesterday. Maybe we'll run a minute or two past.
Yeah.
All right.
I do have shit to do today though.
Yeah,
so
right.
like I got to go to the airport later. So I got stuff
feel
to
you.
do.
I got to get across the state. So
all right.
Amazon Prime coming out with a documentary about the best player in the NHL. Connor McDavid, Matthew Tkachuk, Jacob Trouba, and David Pastrnak are in it. You interested?
I do enjoy docs. I never watched the QB one though.
Oh, it was
on
good.
Netflix, and everyone tells me it was
I
good.
It was good as hell.
But here's the thing though. Here's why I'm interested. Because they got the best dudes. You get the best guys in the game, the best gals in the game. If you have the best, I'll tap in, which runs kind of counter to what I always talk about HBO and Hard Knocks. My favorite angle on Hard Knocks is the guys that get cut.
Yeah. It's the best part of the
it's
show.
not because I'm a dick or it's not because I'm preying on their downfall. Shout out T Grizzly. It's not because of any of that. It's because that's the human experience.
Mm-hmm.
And those are the guys that I root for.
Yeah.
So, but yes, I'm in because it's the best dudes. I mean, Connor McDavid, yeah, I'm in. I'm a sim.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say the same thing. And it's because in the NHL, I'll just speak for myself because I know there's a lot of hockey elites. I don't know a ton about these guys off the ice. Obviously, I am an appreciator of Connor McDavid. Same goes for Tkachuk. Same goes for Pasternak, Trouba, all of them. But what they're like off the ice and maybe their preparation, I'm interested to see. I'm interested to see what goes into what makes Connor McDavid. Who doesn't want to see that? He might end up being the second best who ever lived when it's all said and done.
Bada bing, bada boom. Neil, if Baltimore offered Jackson Holliday and Kobe Mayo for Skubal and Lang, would you do it? Yes.
We got an early appearance from Pete Spivak.
100%.
Early appearance from Pete.
So he wanted to push the envelope today?
Yeah.
So he struck the first blow.
He did.
All right, number 2.
We locked in on that series. I'm super interested and I'm excited. Warner Brothers, TNT, is in talks with the NBA to add a 4th broadcast package inside the NBA. Might not be dead yet.
You damn right.
But you guys told me nobody watches the NBA. Did you guys lie to me?
Well, and that's my question. They're going to add a 4th national package. That'll be another $1 billion for the NBA.
Yep. Told you, money on the way. TNT money on the way.
But nobody watches it.
And that's why I'm so thankful that at a place like this, and even amongst my friend groups from my hometown, we're all big NBA people because you hear it all the time. And as I've said before, it seems like a weird flex that some people like to say, like, oh, I don't want to watch the NBA. Like watching it is for rubes or something like that. No, the NBA is one of the best sports out there, have the greatest athletes in the world, and winning a finals MVP is probably my favorite accomplishment any single team sport athlete can have. So yes, I'm glad that they're adding a new package. And if Inside the NBA isn't dead, hey, I need me some Inside the NBA.
To be honest, the NBA owes it to Inside the NBA to keep that show alive as long as they want to do it. Seriously.
No doubt. Everyone's piling in. 71 Mad Cat, Fight the Power. Yeah. Detroit Dabber, Pete is marking his territory today.
No, seriously.
I'm just saying. Hell no, we won't go. It's making an appearance. Where are we at? 3rd down. Right? 3rd down?
Yep.
Okay.
3rd down. Bally Sports update for you guys. Diamond Sports Group proposed a reorganization plan in court. There's a hearing scheduled for July 29th. Bally's talks with Xfinity are at an impasse. How many you have cracked and got the Bally's app?
I'm curious about that. Have people cracked and gotten? I've heard of a couple.
I will never get the Bally's app.
Okay. Hey, you're not everybody. I know people have cracked.
What would it take for you to get it?
Nothing. I got my ways.
You got your ways?
I will always watch the game.
No, I can't not be able to watch the games and do my job effectively. So I even had it. I've had it for a while because I don't have cable. That's how I watch the Red Wings games. That's how I watch the Tigers games right now. It's just how I've always watched Detroit sports since it's been out. So I've always had it. And I still would even if I didn't do this job.
Mike O. Hey, and there's a ton of you out there.
Yeah.
It's what you do.
Yeah.
I've talked to a lot of people like, I'm going to watch my teams.
Yep.
I don't care whatever the obstacle is. I'm going to watch my team. So that's out there as well. Mike O. Neil, the revolution will not be podcasted. I like that. That's pretty good. I like that one.
Nice.
Ryan's Lions. Hey Neil, I have friends in the TSA. Go till 1:45. I'll have them hold the plane for you. I think I have the 7:15 out of here today. So,
where are you headed?
I'm going down to South Florida for work. So
Cuban sandwiches galore.
The golden voice of Detroit City FC.
I'm pulling in. Yeah. By the way, tomorrow, Detroit City FC, Rhode Island FC.
Shout out.
7:30, Detroit 50, CBS property.
Fire
Shout
up.
out
Let's
CBS.
get it.
Where were we? What was the question? I'm sorry. Oh yeah, the app. Everyone's going to get to it. Yep. They are. What's the next one?
All right. Number 4, the UEFA Champions League final between Real Madrid and Borussia Dortmund drew 2.3 million and was the most streamed match ever on Paramount Plus. I thought we weren't going to get Paramount Plus. I thought we didn't watch soccer.
I mean, that's what I've been told every time, like with the NFL playoff thing, when people told me, I'm not watching Chiefs Dolphins on Paramount Plus. No way. And then 4 million people signed up for Paramount Plus, and they retained 2.5 million of them.
They got you. They got all of us.
I watched.
Did you subscribe?
To Paramount. I already had Paramount.
Oh.
But I got it through some kind of something through my cable. It's a whole deal, but I got it.
But you don't do that. You don't pay for streaming.
No, I pay for stream. I'm just not paying for Bally's. I do pay for streaming services.
Oh,
there we go, KG.
Oh, I'm not. They got me by the short and curlies, man. I ain't afraid to admit it.
Dabber, DFC needs a win so badly. No, they do. No doubt. No doubt. So tap in Detroit 50 tomorrow. I'll be on the call with Ross Davenport. So tap in. Even if you're not going to watch it, like just turn it on the TV and walk out of the room.
Yeah.
Just give me the ratings, everybody.
Shout out Trevor James.
Some of the highest ratings in the USL, by the way, Detroit.
Shout out.
I'm not saying it's because of me. I'm just saying that I'm on the TV when you're watching the game.
I mean, that's true.
That's it. 40 Gumble. Neil, do you want us to start holding signs and walking outside behind Ermanni's shoulder? That would be electric.
No, it would.
Oh, my God. Yeah. Oh, my God. All right. Fifth one. Fifth down.
All right. Fifth down. Viewership of the NHL playoffs is up 14% this year. This is the most watched NHL playoff since 1996. Are superstars greater than markets?
I think so. I think, and look, I think that's on society right now, Flannel. It's interesting, right? Because the times we're in, all the arenas are full.
Mm-hmm.
All the airports are always full. Life's about experiences for people now. Yeah. They are. And what bigger experiences are than to watch the greatest of a game?
Yeah.
And I think that plays into it. Like, fundamentals have shifted now. No one is going to a Tuesday night Pistons-Hornets game. Nobody's going. They're just not. But you sprinkle in Connor McDavid and you sprinkle in the Florida Panthers, maybe the best team in hockey, people are going to watch.
Yeah, especially the McDavid factor, because the reality is we've got Wayne Gretzky playing. I get it, the accomplishments, but as far as skill level and as far as like being the best player, we've got Wayne Gretzky going right now. And that's somebody that you definitely want to see. You want to see, especially if he wins a championship, those are the type of legend-making type moments that you don't always get from Stanley Cup Finals. You didn't get this from Vegas, with all due respect, but now you have it, and I love to see it, and I think the ratings are being rewarded in kind.
And that's the difference. Like when Vegas gets there, who's the best player on Vegas? Real quick. Exactly.
Jack Eichel.
Right. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the needle doesn't move. Is he good? Yeah, he's good. Would I take him on the wings? Yeah, I would. But that's a hockey elitist thing.
Right.
When you have the best player in the game, who in my mind, and I believe to be, the gap between him and the second best player is greater than any gap between the best player and second best player in sport. I would go
Shohei, but there's an argument.
Okay.
Yeah.
The second best. You know what I'm saying? Whatever.
Yeah.
Well, there's other elite hitters because he's not pitching this year.
Well, this year it's Connor McDavid. Last year,
okay,
yeah, I gotcha.
Yes. DNCNT. No, I don't go to Pistons Hornets on a Tuesday. It was a Wednesday. All right, whatever. Rack, I'm only 100% watching for McDavid.
That's fair.
There's
going to be those people, and I don't blame them. He's the biggest star in the sport. Going to be one of the greatest to ever do it.
All right, we do have to dip out.
Hey, Neil, I got one more thing.
Sure.
I just want to say, this is the shirt for the Door Camp shirt right here that I'm wearing. So come to the camp. You'll have a new T-shirt design, but these will be on sale as well. So pull through. June 20th
Do a
to
football
the 30th.
camp. Go to social
Sign up
media.
for your kid. High school and youth camp on Saturday.
It's $30 and they learn the game from Power Neck.
Right.
You're losing
they
money.
Get NIL training.
Yeah. You're losing money if you don't take your kid to this camp. Let's be real.
$30 for 3 days, you said?
3 days.
And you feed the kids too.
Only Planet Fitness has a better value.
That's what I'm saying. It's the second biggest value in American consumerism. The Power Neck football camp. Division I player, played in bowl games last year.
Right.
Played on national TV.
Big facts.
What were the stats like in that game?
It was rough. We did not do well in that game. I don't know if you recognize. We had a major fight in that game.
I do remember that.
Yeah, that was wild.
What were your stats in that game?
I didn't play a lot in that game.
What was your stats in the fight?
I kind of stayed out of it. You know, I kind of broke some guys away, but it was kind of wild. We headed towards the locker room after getting shellacked on national television, and then then it turned into a whole ruckus. So, kid who it happened to is a very good kid, actually. Know him well. Very out of characteristic for him, but just made a poor choice in that moment.
And people always act shocked about that stuff. Like, you played on national TV in bowl season and got your ass kicked. You did. Like, that's what happened, Power Neck. Like, I watched it.
No
like,
doubt.
you got your ass kicked.
No doubt.
You were hyped and geared up to play on national TV. You know, Eastern Michigan on national TV on ESPN or ESPN2, whatever it was. And you're in the bowl game and you're out there, and it didn't go your way. You're still kids too. I will say that. And emotion took over. I watch emotion take over at an airport every time I walk in there. People act a fool at an airport or out in traffic. And then those same people want to be like, how can this guy do this out there on the... Look how you act when someone cuts you off in traffic or you don't get the seat you want on an airplane. Look at how you act. Like, come on. So I'll cut him a break on that. I will, for real. I'll cut him a break. So you vouch for the dude. So, hey, I vouch for your football camp. It's a nice little circle there. All right, everybody, have a great weekend. 50 Detroit tomorrow, Detroit City FC, Rhode Island. For Sam Flannel, for Power Neck, of course, for KG. There it is. Justin, the intern, as well. Doer football camps. Ride off on that, everybody. Talk to you soon. Well, see you later. Oh, I forgot to tell him I had to do